I think there is some issue here. Everybody here, sorry for the internet. Maybe disconnect. Can we start again?
Yes.
Maybe some internet.
Yes,
Yes, we are ready.
yes, we can start.
Okay, then start. So we are here. So you can see some like this is the engineering controls. So we use like barricades or the like we use like guarding system so that we put like some safety net so that unknowingly or knowingly we cannot put our hand inside the gears. That means we are safe from the hazard. So can you give me some example of like a safe system of work that you are currently practicing in your area? I think you are practicing this one. Any examples? So you have any example related to this one, safe system of work? We call it like administrative control also. Your top management will send some memo sometimes that from this time, so you are not allowed or we are doing this. You see, all the decision taken from the top management.
For example, sometimes in our work environment, they tell us to leave early because there's going to be some fire alarms testing.
Noise is coming from this why. You can see the screen?
I think this is copy and you.
Yes.
We are on the safe system of work.
You read
Someone is disturbing it.
If you look back, this. Yeah, that's how I was working.
Thank you. Okay, safe system of work. We are on the safe system of work. Just unmute when you want to speak something. Otherwise, just keep it mute. Otherwise, it will disturb here.
Sorry.
Okay. So just turn on, just unmute when you want to speak something. Otherwise, remain it on mute only. So we are discussing about the safe system of work. So normally you have like so many examples. If you go with your normal work activities, you will find so many evidence of the safe system of work. I'll call it, sometimes we call it like administrative control. So Hassan is saying some example. Can you give me the example of that?
Sometimes in our work environment, they tell us to leave early because there will be some fire alarms testing and some stuff regarding the fire alarms and stuff.
Yes. This is
So
also
it's gonna.
example. Yes.
And in my previous job, there's also we used to work in constructions, so they always like informed us to wear our PPEs, our stuff. So it was also part of the safe system of work. For example, when they tell us from the higher management to wear our PPEs, does it fall under the safe system of work, or does it falls under the wear PPE number 4 or 5 in the hierarchy?
Okay, I'll tell you. Have you seen in like somewhere you have seen the big notice board or something like a information board showing that these things are mandatory with a green color, like wearing masks, wearing shoes. So in some area there is nothing mentioned like that. For example, if you are going in some warehouse or with a some toxic chemical, they will put the mandatory put some marks. That is administrative controls. And you have seen like some barricading areas, right? So when we are going somewhere, so they barricade the whole area. So and also they will some put notice board, some under maintenance, something like that. Under maintenance, that's all administrative controls. Verification comes under the engineering controls, but the notification or information pass through the top management, like from administrative. So normally any information, like any direction given from the top management normally comes under the safe system of work, like policies and you have procedure to work. Normally you have like some procedure. As per the procedure, you work on the certain area. So even procedures, policies are the part of the safe system of work.
Like for example, the pest control,
Okay.
because we're in school, the management always tells us that the pest control, the spraying should be done after school hours,
Yes,
most
yes.
probably during Fridays where the weekend is coming.
So this is one is administrative control because that decision is come from the top management as per them. So it should be done on a certain days or the certain time. So that's the administrative controls. So that nobody get harm from that activities. That's one example. Yes. So now if you go with the PPs, the last.
And for me, in the construction site, sometimes when it's windy, the crane operator is has to stop working for a while until it stop windy.
Okay. So normally, yes, normally there is one procedures if you go with the like lifting equipment and the work at height. So normally in construction area, what will happen is they are only allowed to work until the wind speed is if the wind speed is more than like a 38 kilometer per hour, all the outside work should be stopped. This is one requirement. So this is one administrative controls.
I will get an exclusive. The kitchen is closed. Yes, I think another alpaca. After you drink,
It's
after
38 kilometer per hour.
you drink, Papa.
So normally they will stop all the work in construction area. So if the area is so windy, so they will stop the outside work. That's the administrative controls. And the decision is given by some supervisor or the HSE officer who is working nearby. Okay, now the last option is PPE. So this PPE is always the last option. So we will not think about the PPE at the beginning. So when we don't have any options, then only we can use as a PPE. Normally the PPE is the cheaper. So normally they will prefer to have a PPE in the mustard area. But this is the last defense line. So we don't need to consider because if you go with some engineering controls, the cost is too much. So mostly what I say is normally they will prefer with the go with the PPEs because the PPE is the like cheaper options to implement. But actually it's not a good idea to implement the PPEs at the beginning. Only it's PPE is the last line of defense. So normally it should be done at the last. So we need to follow the other things like elimination, reduction, like a substitute, administrative control, engineering control, and the administrative control, and that PPE is the last. So here, can I see here what's written here? This is the one example. Hard hat must be worn at all time. So there is some violation, right? There is one administrative control here. For example, this is the one perfect example of a Administrative control. They said that the you should wear the hat anytime, working, drinking anytime. That means there is a violation of
Mm.
administrative controls. See here, yeah, I think you notice see this picture already, right?
Yes.
Yes, that one. Sleep hazard,
So which
cleaning,
control is this one?
reduce. What do you call this one? Safe
Anybody?
system of work.
Anybody other answer? Everybody agreed?
I don't know. I have no understand.
What about the engineering controls?
You have to reduce hazard. You will
For example, which
replace.
controls?
Safe system control.
What about the private contact or the engineering controls?
Number 4.
What about three?
Ideally, most companies will not invest on high tech or high technology cleaning. So we will go with safe system of work.
Okay.
Though prevent contact can be highly.
Okay, okay. Normally we can it like a safe system of
Yeah.
work. So normally say this one is comes under the safe system of work. This is not
Yeah.
engineering control because we didn't apply any engineering application here.
Yes.
Engineering falls under the prevent contract, right? Contact.
Yes, yes, prevent contact.
Yes.
You have seen the example, right? Prevent contact.
Yes,
Mm.
yes.
So can you go with the C?
The
So
one.
engineering control here is you can see that they are using some grills. This all like the engineering controls. So if you go see, this is the engineering controls.
Mm.
Separating comes under the like a two. That's like a substitute, not substitute, like engineering control. These all are the engineering control because we are not applying any engineering here. So it comes under the safe system of work.
Yes.
So what about this one? I think you have already seen this picture. So if you want to put some controls, what will the controls?
Calm.
Safe system.
How it becomes safe system of work now is like slowly
Yes,
walking.
I will put a policy
Policy
with
that
regards to
yes, you are not allowed to run inside the construction area.
To run inside.
A, B, C, D. Okay. What about this one here?
PPE.
So they are already wearing the PPEs.
Safe
But
system.
I
That
think you have seen
one.
this picture also. So we have a
Yeah.
there was a issue like carbon monoxide release and the noise was the
Engineering
issue.
control.
So how can we control
Should
this one?
eliminate. Should eliminate. You fix.
Engineering.
Engineering. You should fix.
Okay. So there is one thing they have implemented. This one is inspection record. This one is which
Safety system. Safety
Safety
system.
system.
okay. And there is one more thing is there.
Detector.
There is one CO that's detector, smoke
Yeah.
detector, like the detector. They can detect the smoke,
CL detector.
Engineering controls.
And this
and
is
they have used the
engineering.
ventilation also, right?
Hmm.
Mm.
This one is
Yes,
all engineering
ventilation.
controls. They haven't substitute anything here, but they use engineering control as well as the administrative control.
Safe system.
Yes, or safe system of work. So don't be confused. I'm using the two terms here. Normally, if you go with other things also, they will use the same term. Sometimes they will cut it administrative controls or the safe system of work. So in like preventive contact, they will use like a engineering controls.
And reducing hazard, they might also use substitute hazard.
Yes, yes. So we are not substituting anything here. See, everything is there only. The main hazard is here CO2. So we are not removing any CO2 from here.
Yes,
We
yes, I know. It's just engineering control safe system work.
yes.
I'm just saying that reduced hazard can be also have a different name as substitute hazard.
Just a second. By this situation, I think you know you have like some idea about this. Something is going on here in this picture. So this is the road. So there is some water company and they are planning to put some like pipes. They are going to do some work here in the area. So now see this is the which area? This one is example of elimination of hazard.
Mm.
Because this road is totally closed and nobody are allowed to go inside the
So they eliminate the hazard.
area. We are totally the hazard here is like
The
construction.
cars.
Cars.
So we are just eliminate the cars. No car means no accident, nothing.
No accident. The only
We need
word.
to mostly focus on the area which risks. Mostly hazard means the cars, right? So we are not
Yes.
focusing other things. Hazard means so we are focusing on that. So if you go with other things, then it will the terms will be totally changed again. So this one is because here what they did is this one is first one is to close the
It
road
eliminates
completely.
the hazard completely.
Sometimes to close the road is not possible. For example, the main highway. We cannot close the main highway directly and tell them to go from another direction. Have you seen in here also, mostly in big places, they will not close the main road completely. They will close some
They'll just
lane.
they'll close some lane. So
Yes,
by
but
closing the
not.
lanes, you are reducing the hazard, right?
Yes, yes. This is not possible. Means elimination of hazard is not possible here. Then what they will do is
Reduce the hazard.
they will
Reduce.
put some directs like some. This one is like reduce the hazard, and here is
One
prevent.
lane.
If they
Minimize.
yes, yes. Now these two lanes are closed. The one lane is closed. That means so we are
One lane
preventing any
is.
contacts. I think this type of situation you have encountered with many times. Mostly when they are like
Yes.
their maintenance work or something like the upgrading. If they are upgrading something, then they will just close one or two lanes, and they one lane will keep on going. So once they complete, again they will open all the lanes. So this is like free, like engineering controls are the preventive controls. Now, safe system of work, you have like some idea about it right here. So they have already closed the road. That means you are not allowed to walk outside the lane area,
Outside.
active lane area. You are only go allowed to walk inside the non-active
Active.
lane area. Yes. And here
Yes, we can hear you.
they are using PPEs now. So now PPE is the
PPs.
last option to save themselves from the maintain like some pipe walk. This is the one example of hierarchy of controls. So the number of factors may affect your risk control decisions, such as number of people you are trying to protect. So if the number of people is too much, then you may able to not control the risk or your decision may get failed. Reliance on behavior. Normally, so we everybody have like certain behavior. Yes, if you rely on the behavior means we may get some accident. For that, we use the administrative controls or the like safe system of work. So during the maintenance, that may factor affect the risk control decision and the cost. So if you are compromising with the cost, means your like safety controls measure may get affected because sometimes the elimination of hazard may be the cost much higher than the other risks and reduction of risks. If you reduce the risks also, but also some risks exist there. If the elimination is the safer option, you will cause you to. If the elimination is the safer options, what would cause us to choose the barrier instead? Can you tell me? This is the one question. It's come from here only. So if you see these factors, if you use these factors here, for example, these are the some factors: number of people, reliance on behavior, maintenance, cost, and the reduction of risks. So these are the some factors that affect the safety controls or the risk control decisions. So if you apply here, so what will be the best option, best factor for that? If the elimination is the safer option, what would cause us to choose a barrier instead? So if you go with like engineering controls or the preventive contacts, why we going to the other option if the elimination is the best option? I'll give you already the answer here. Instead of this, okay, elimination of hazard. Why would this we use this one or this one?
Because sometimes you cannot, as you have said earlier, sometimes you cannot completely the roads, or you cannot completely stop the operation.
Yes.
So you have to choose the lesser, which will provide safety on the people involved.
So that's the correct answer. So sometimes it's not possible to completely block the elimination or to reduce the elimination, to eliminate the hazard completely. So for that, so we use the other alternative options, which is more safer but not completely safe. We call it, this term is called as ALARP, ALARP, as low as possible, reasonably practicable. So it must be reduced. Normally, risks must be reduced so that the it's practically it's achievable or the workable. So for example, closing the road is not a good option because we can reduce the hazard, but it may in fact practically it's not a good idea to close the main highway. So for that we use some like barricade devices to shut some of the lanes. So that's the thing they are talking about, as low as possible. So here now they are talking about the concept of ALARP, as low as reasonably practicable. So, for example, closing the road is not a good idea. So, safety wise, it's a good, but cost wise and the time wise, it's not a good decision, right? So, we are losing so much cost and we are losing so much time if you do like this. If you divert the total traffic of the area. So, for what will be the best option? So, we are compromising on safety and also we saved some time, cost, and the effort.
Mm.
So this one is the practical. We are going on a practical way. Closing road is not a practical way, but closing some lane. So even though we are compromising on the safety, but also it will save us the time, cost, and our effort. That will be the best option compared to the first one. So we
Mm.
need to be like practical. For example, it's not possible to like, for example, to the pest control, we are not allowed to close the whole school for a day just to do for the one pest control. So that we use like some alternative day to do that one. So what it will do,
Uh,
even though we are compromising on safety, but also it's cost effective and time effective. It's practical. And also one more thing is there. So normally you can see the emergency planning. After the PP, in many cases, they are putting this emergency planning also. PP and the emergency response if something happen, what you will do. That comes under the emergency planning. So that will be number 6. If in some cases, but not in many cases. In many cases, like in some cases, normally they will say below PPE, there is one more thing called emergency preparedness. So we need to be prepared for the worst condition or the situation. If something happen, how we will react. That's also comes under the emergency planning. So this is all about like a good housekeeping and all. So it's not necessary. Okay. Food risk control in practical. So I think you see already noticed this one, right? These are all the hazard that we discussed before. So if you go to practically, which one is possible and which one is not possible? I think everything is possible here, right? If you want to eliminate hazard. Is there anything that we cannot control or it's not in our hand?
no, in this scenario, no, you can control.
We can control everything if you want.
Hmm.
Okay. Here,
Yes.
everything is practical here. So we can, if you want, we can control anything. Here also the same. Everything is controllable. So now by this, it's in our topic, how to reduce risks, how to decide what risk control to be used. So anything else more than this? You have any doubts on this module now? Module number 3 related to the reduce risks, like hierarchy of controls. So how to reduce the risks, how to choose the like perfect engineering like controls measure for the risks, any risks. This was the motto of 11, like module number 3. So now we are the end of the module number 3. I think everybody know about this one. So now any doubts related to this risk controls? Control measures, how to reduce risks, what is residual risks. Any question on this?
No,
Everybody is clear, right? About this concept.
it's clear.
Everything is clear, yes.
So now we'll go to the now last module. That will be the module number 4 for the today's for today. So that will be module number 4. So we'll see what is the module number 4. Mhm. What is module number 4? So it's module 4 will be like Mhm. Now share the screen. So this is our module number 4. Understanding your responsibilities. So here we cover like a what does the law require you to do? How does the law works? And what are the key part of the health and safety management system? So we'll try to cover this in the module 4. On the same time, okay,
Mhm.
wait. So on the same time, so we complete this, we'll complete today module 4, and the remaining will be discussed on the next session. So the next session we'll discuss about the how to identify the hazards. So what are the hazards that will found in your workplaces? Because we didn't discuss about the what are the hazards, how it can find the hazards, and how to
Mm.
investigate the incident. How if there is something happen, like if you fell down or your employee got serious involved in a serious accident. So how you will investigate and how you select the teams, how you'll make the report. So we'll discuss in the module 6. In module 7 will be like how you measure the performance, measuring the performance of the health and safety. And last module is comes under the protective in protecting our environment. So how to what are the things we can consider to protect our environment? So that we'll discuss in the module 8. So we'll discuss this remaining 4 module on the next session. Okay. On the last section also we'll discuss. I think in last next class you will get the like a module ID and password also. So in that you will get the all the access. So now you don't have module, so I'll not tell you to do the like some assessment is there. So in next class I'll tell you to do so how to do the assessment. You have like task assessment also, and you have like risk assessment also. So related to the assessment for this IOS class and also the risk assessment that you need to do. And in next class, I'll tell you how to fail that risk assessment. So how to like deal, how to make a risk assessment. So we use the same template that I show you in the morning, and we need to fill like 4 hazards. So that you will found in your workplaces. That can be anything. So if you are working in the school means hazards related to the schools. So we will identify, you will come to know when we go with the module 5. So you need to fill that hazard as per the module 5, and also the what are the control measures. So if you are working in the construction, so you need to go with the hazard that you found in the construction area. If you are going with the manufacturing or the industrial, so you need to mention the industrial hazard that you found in your workplaces. So that's it for so that we'll discuss in the next module, but we'll complete the module 4 today. That's understanding your responsibilities. Share screen. Now it's come to 4. Okay, module 4. What does the law require you to do? So can you give me the answer of this one? So I told you about OSAT or the ADOS in the mod, I think in module 1 classes. So there we discuss about what are the COPs are there, what are the element are there, what are the management system are there. These all are the laws as per the Abu Dhabi government. So why we are practicing that one is to maintain the good health and safety culture in our organization. And also, if you didn't fulfill the requirement of that one, means what will do? They will put some penalties, or they can like shut down our business due to the not fulfilling their legal requirements. As a manager, you know you have a health and safety responsibility, but what is there to guide you? Can you tell me? So you have a responsibility that, so you are like, for example, you are HSE officers. So you have a responsibility on you that you need to maintain the good health and safety cultures and the good health and safety environment within your organizations. So you have a responsible person for that. Mm. So what will guide you there? So we'll tell you that you need to do this, you need to do that.
Administrative orders
So actually you are
by the OSH.
administrative, you are administrative now. So because you are responsible person for the health and safety. So there is nobody to give you guide that we need to do this one, we need to do that one. So you need to decide yourself now, you need to do this one. So for example, I told you risk assessment should be done yearly, minimum yearly. So like the guidelines, we'll give you the guidelines here now.
From the IOSH COPs.
Where? I'm not
The
getting.
COP.
Yes, COP and the manuals. So COP and manuals are the laws actually, legislative laws. Okay, I tell you, okay, I'll give you the evidence for that also, why I said it's a law. Again, I will, okay, I'll share the screen again. Can you see my screen, right? So you can see here legislation. Legislation means actually it's a law now. So you need to fulfill anyway. So it's a law. If you break this law, you may get the penalties or you may not able to uh, run the business. They may shut your business because this all your business, for example, if you go with the education sector, it's come under ADAC. So because SRA is the ADAC. Now, if they found that there is some unusual going on in your organization, they may shut your business because this is a legislation. See here. So for that, so if you are doing any activities related to the, and also you can see some guidelines here. For example, you can see the technical guidelines here. See, so while you are doing during if you are like OHS representative and now we have a responsibility of health and safety, so you need to do some certain activities like you need to manage the risks. How you manage the risks? This is the guidelines for you. How you manage the contracts? This is the guidelines for you. How you maintain the competency within the organization or within the people? You will follow these guidelines. So if you download. So normally I'm talking about the you go like Abu Dhabi. So Abu Dhabi they have like for example legal requirements. So you need to fulfill the legal compliance when you are working under. What are the legal compliance again? So they have mentioned in the element 9. These are the legal compliance again. And if you are following the like risks under the like ADOS element 2 risk management entities have an obligation to undertake the review of all the operation to identify the hazard and the impact. So these all are the law and the guidelines that you need to follow when you become a safety officers. If you are in Abu Dhabi. So if you go with other, then they have like certain guidelines. That means what will guide you there? So what is the answer now for this one? What is there to guide you? Obviously, legal laws,
The laws.
rules, and regulations maintained by the government.
Laws and regulations by Abu Dhabi.
So, if you go example, laws set the boundaries within the which the company must operate. So that means they have a certain guidelines that they have maintained the boundaries that company need to fulfill the requirement. For example, I gave you one risk assessment and also about the audit. So if you are doing maintaining the health and safety means there should be one person to audit the company means the person will come to check your company whether you are fulfilling the requirement or not. Every year they will come to your organization and they will check. So this requirement fulfilled? Yes. If not fulfilled, they will tell you to fulfill within the certain time limit. If you fail to do that one, again you may go to the some actions,
Fines.
right?
Yes.
Even civil defense will do, I think, yearly. So mostly there are like others, many departments, civil defense, like environment.
Yes.
Now they are.
Usually, civil defense will come unannounced, especially in school.
So if they found that you are not fulfilling requirement, what they will do? I think we have already informed that.
Fines.
Fine.
Hefty. Has hefty amount of fines. They will list the non-compliance, then they give certain span of time to comply, those non-compliance, and if not, they will impose fines.
Yes. So normally they will come to audit you. Audit means checking. So when they found that if not fulfilling requirement, they will give you certain time to fix that
To
in
fix
a certain time duration. Even though you fail to do that one, and they will take a actions on you.
actions. Yes.
So what if the foreseeable like risks, reasonably foreseeable risks, predictable risks, which can be predicted, right? For example, see this wire. What type of risk is this? We are we know that somebody will stuck in that wire and somebody will fall down. That one is foreseeable risk. So can you have idea about see? This is the risk, foreseeable risk. We can predict that somebody will get entangled and somebody will get fall down.
Sorry, I cannot see the screen. I'm still seeing the screen for the ADOSH management system elements.
Sorry. Something is there.
Okay.
Now you can see.
Yeah.
Yes, now I can see.
You should tell now before because I don't know whether you are seeing or not. So I'm talking about this foreseeable risks. Foreseeable risks means, for example, can you see this one?
The wire on the floor.
So this is the foreseeable risk. We can like predict that somebody will get fall down by this one.
Mid trip.
And the law will help you to eliminate this type of foreseeable risks. So it's just an example. So if you go with the civil defense requirement, they have like certain requirement. They will say that this road should be like this much wider because we are not able to fix our vehicle inside your local in your area during emergency. We are not able to rescue you. So they have like certain requirement. So for that, for example, this one is also one foreseeable requirement. So we can like predict that somebody will get fall down from here. For example, see we can predict that. So right, so if there is some wire means somebody will fall down, sure. This type of risk is called like foreseeable risk. According to the law, employer are not responsible for issuing this. They can successfully argue as a non-foreseeable
Not
risk.
reasonably foreseeable.
Employer means, so normally
Manage
employer aren't responsible for this type of risk.
risk.
So there are three simple tests to determine whether the risk is reasonably foreseeable or not. First thing is common knowledge. Knowledge about, for example, everybody should have the knowledge of safety, industrial knowledge, and the expert knowledge. So common knowledge means anything that when you are working, you should have like common knowledge. Like see that example, wires. Everybody know that if you go there, so there is high chance that you can get fall down. But if you go with the industrial one, you may need like some little bit extra competency to judge the foreseeable risks. So who can do that like this type of like foreseeable? The person who have a like expert knowledge of industry. For example, some in like any example, uh, in steel industry. So for example, the person who is going there can foreseeable the risks if he have like knowledge of that industry. So for example, if you go like for example, if you go there in the steel industry to determine the foreseeable risks, you will able to identify or not? Anybody?
Can you repeat the question again, please?
Mr. Assam, in which industry you work?
I also work in the school industry.
Okay, you are working in the education. Okay, alright. So if you go to the steel industry to
Mhm.
determine the foreseeable risks, will you able to identify?
No, it's not possible.
So that's called like industrial knowledge and expert knowledge. So normally that's why we said while doing the risk assessment, we should be a like team of 2 or 3 people having like different expertise, so
Mm-mm.
that we can easily identify the foreseeable risks.
Okay, no, I get you.
Because if you go with like steel industry with like education knowledge of education industry, school industry, so you'll have like you'll lack in the like finding the foreseeable risks. You may never to identify it. The person who is like expert in the industry, steel industry, he can easily determine what are the risks and what are not. So there is like as a manager, you are required to assess the reasonable risks, foreseeable risks, and reduce the risks as so far as it's reasonably practicable. Means what is reasonable practicable? I think we discussed about this one also. So foreseeable risks means which can be predict that somebody will get entangled and somebody will get like harm. That's a foreseeable risk. Predictable risks and the reasonably practicable means so we block the whole lane like whole road is not practical, but we block some of the lane that's practicable. So on that manager are required to access to identify the access and reduce the risks to the practical level. So there should be some risks, but so it should like be practical as low as reasonable practicable. ALARP, we call it ALARP. So this is the risk. For example, let's take example of same thing, wires entangled. There is chances that somebody will get stuck and he may fall down. That's the foreseeable risk. So what will be the practical reason here? So what will the practical practice here? So if you want to reduce the risks, so what are the practical measure you can take for this one?
Maybe put sign.
Okay. Any others? So
Or
better
maybe remove it.
We
because
can
yes, continue.
add more socket in nearby that the machine or equipment we are using. The electrical socket location we can change.
Yes, that's the one main thing. So like we can reduce the socket from there because it's on the walking area. So if you
Yeah.
remove the socket area from there, that's a reasonable practicable. If we put like again there are multiple ports, then again we should block that area. Otherwise, people will get keep entangled and keep falling down due to the wire. Okay, how does the Vola works? Okay, we'll learn this one. So this is the one company, and they are the owners. They closed due to the under investigation. They are under investigation. They close the whole factory for a while till the investigation is over. So the investigation can be related to the health and safety or related to the anything. So normally we are dealing with the health and safety. So we'll discuss about health and safety. So somebody in this factory while walking, somebody fall down from the forklift and uh, cause accident, and that may lead to him the death. So he's now one person of his employees now dead due to the unsafe activities practiced in the factories. So that's one reason for the death. So after the investigation, now we need to do the investigation. If somebody then that means they will seize the industry for a certain while till the investigation is over. So in the investigation, they will discuss about the same thing: moral, legal, and the financial. So they are going to impact by these things about, for example, reputations. For example, reputation of the factories because the one person died. So it will be like media will cover that incident and it will goes to the everywhere. Reputation and financial cost, and they have like a rating. They may have a, like a negative rating on the safety. And there are two types of law actually in industry. There is one is criminal law, and there is one more law is there, civil. So if you go here, where is civil law? This one is civil. Yes, civil law. So we have two types of law, criminal and the civil. So what type, can you tell me what are the difference between criminal law and the civil law? So these are the some of the laws, rules and regulation. It's international, followed in the UK. Okay. So can you tell me the difference between civil law and the like criminal law? This criminal law is related to the crime. Civil means
Civil maybe for the buildings, criminal for
civil means related to the like morals. For example, your employee got like killed, and their parents or their like a wife. So go and like go to the court, and they said because of this unsafe practice in the factory, my husband got died. So that's like what called civil case. So criminal means they will discuss. Okay, Zoom user. So they will discuss about the like health and safety in the work culture related to the factories and all. So if somebody people like from your family, they blame the company that because of him or because of this person in the factory, so somebody get hurt or somebody get injured completely. So that means there are two type of crime. So for example, this go with the civil. See here, you can see this picture, right? For example, let's
This is
say
civil.
they are the owner of the company and somebody's got like hurt. and they are very angry and they sue on the owner of the company. So that comes under which law?
Civil law.
Civil. So, but here in like a criminal law, so what type of activities they will do here? What type of investigation? So related to, see, management on health and safety uh, at work regulation 1990. It's a regulation from the UK. So normally IOSH is from the UK. So normally they have mentioned this. So normally the laws related to the UK. So normally what they are saying is, so in this law, what actually it says that, so normally employer means the company are responsible for the safety of the people who are working in their factories. So if something happened to their worker means they are directly pointing towards the company because they are the one who is responsible for maintaining the good safety culture or the good safety standards in their in their factories or the in their workplaces. So these are the some laws that related to the health and safety for the companies. It's not individual basics. So this one is related to the workplaces, and also this one is related redor. So this one is related to the diseases. For example, the company are responsible for maintaining the good welfare for the employees who are working in their factories or in their workplaces, like good kitchen services, like good like changing room, toilet facilities. So these all are facilities, and also the diseases related diseases. So all the diseases should be like they should take some control action for the communication like diseases like just like COVID. So there was like it comes under the card diseases. So they have to do some precautions to mitigate that uh, hazards. Or the even the COVID is also the one hazard like communicable hazard. This is the disease, but this comes under the hazard in the in term of workplaces.
I have a question.
Okay.
These reports, when it will happen after the employee complain to the company, we have to make this report.
This is all the laws. We are talking about the laws, not a report. So normally there are two type of laws. We are discussing about the criminal law and the civil laws. In criminal laws, so they have like certain rules set by the government to the company, to the employer. So for example, they have certain rules. So if something happen, so this whatever law is you can see in the screens, these are the all international laws. That means what basically this law says is, so employer are the responsible person for the safety of their people who are working on their factories. So and also, so while they are people are working on their factory, they are responsible for maintaining the good amenities for the people, like basic facilities and the welfare, like kitchen area to washroom area, like cleaning area or changing room area. So these are the basic amenities they need to provide to their employees. So it's related, criminal law is related to the employer. So company, so this role goes directly to the companies. And also this one is related to reader means related to the diseases and the communication disease controls like some laws where it mentioned that the so company should provide like proper controls measures to avoid the risks or to control the diseases, communicable diseases from one employee to the other employees. Like just like there was a scenario of COVID. So they are the company actually company are the responsible to provide the proper mitigation of like diseases or the controls we need to the company are responsible to provide the control for this disease like providing masks providing gloves. These are the company responsibles. If the company if the employees are went to their work area for the works, so actually now it's now company responsibility to provide them a safety working environment related to the diseases and the any other communication diseases.
Excuse me, your camera is off.
From the camera. Okay. Okay. So this is related to the criminal law. So criminal law means the state must be provided in case of the beyond the reasonable doubt. So normally all the laws they go with the facts, not with a doubt, because we cannot judge anybody on a doubt basis. So that means it will be the wrong judgment. So but in case of civil, so it's little bit like opposite. So for example, if you are going with the law with the criminal activities like criminal law, so with the standards and regulations, we cannot go on a doubt basis. We need to go with a fact. So normally what will be the outcome of the criminal cases? Like they may get like penalties, like imprisonment, like fine, penalties. So these are the some outcome that we get from the criminal laws. So now we'll discuss with the civils. Civil means like related to the sentiments. So for example, I'll give you the doubt in criminal, we go with the fact. But in criminal like civil law, so for example, you can see the one situation here. There is two persons. One is employer, owner of the company, and there is a worker families, employer family, owner family, and the worker family. So because of some activities, one person got like a injured and he is not able to go back to the work again. So this is the some uh, accident that happened in the industry and this situation created. So now here, so now this employer put some civil cases on the owner of the companies. So in this basis, so what will be the fact here? So actually we will not get any fact. For example, it's related to the sentiment. So because of the unusual activities of the employer, their employee got hurt and harm and they are not able to work again. That was a blame. So how can we verify this one? Sometimes here the facts is not here. Sometimes because sometimes they need to go with a sentiment.
Sometimes there will be incident report of that happening.
So how can we say that the employer is the responsible for that? Because normally they are not responsible for the anything. Employer are the owners and employers are the investor actually. So normally there are the so many people who are working on the organizations. They are maintaining the health and safety. For example, safety officers. So they can blame safety officer or they can blame like directly owner because of you I'm got hurt and I'm not able to work again. So with the responsible on this condition, owner.
No.
So there is no any fact that okay because of you only I'm got this I'm in these situations. So normally they will go with a compensation type of process. Now in civil they are in criminal they have fact and they put penalty on the directly on the company. But in civil we cannot say that because of you I got this problem and because of you I got injured. Right? So there are it's a system. So we cannot blame directly that because of you I got hurt. So normally the judge will decide as per the like losses they have faced maybe. So there is no much fact on this civil one. They may get compensation so for their harm. So for example, if somebody lose his leg, so they may compensate with some prizes. If the blame is wrong, again they need to pay to the company due to the they disturb their reputation of the company. So based on the like sentiment, they make a judgment in the civil. No, this one is okay, not okay. If the employee played a part of the injury, the claim may be reduced due to the contributory negligence. So that means there is no doubt that, so yeah, there is no any factual basis that because of, there is no any fact that because of you I got hurt, because of you I'm got hurt. So normally it's related to the sentiment and the emotion. So normally they will check the, like they have an investigation report. So because of what they got in that situations, maybe it's because of the worker maybe activities that cause into the harm, or anybody like its supervisor activities, we cannot directly blame the employer. So based on that, so the compensation or the penalties may be up and down. The basic liabilities not okay in civil divisions is balance of the probabilities. So normally we discuss, I told you most civils are based on the probabilities. uh, this, uh, this one is not important, so normally this one is one. This is the one we discussed before. So these are the some documents that use to comply with the laws. So normally I show you the COPs also of normally of Abu Dhabi. So we have shown the approved COP and the guidelines document and the industrial specific guidelines. So these are the things that we need to be followed as a law when we are working on the industries based on the, for example, industry, ADAC, based on the sector regulatory authority also, SRA, COPs, guidelines documents. So we need to rely on those documents to have a, like a proper guidance related to the health and safety. That's it. What are the key parts of the health and safety management system? So what are the key parts? So anybody is like ISO certified person here. So this one is related to the management system. What are the key parts of the health and safety management system? We call it OHSMS also. Anybody is here from like a OSA or like any ISO background? We have any knowledge about the ISO?
No.
So normally in the ISO's management system, they have like one cycle. It's called PDCA cycle. We call it like plan, do, check, and act. So in short form, we call PDCA cycle. Actually, it's a one cycle. So on the basis of this, we manage the health and safety management system within the organization. To manage the health and safety, so we need first thing is planning. So what are the planning means? First thing is decision from the top management and policies. These all are the like planning and the planning of the organization, the policy. These are comes under the planning. And if you go with the do comes under the, here also come like a medium of communications. Planning comes under like a target and objectives of this year. This all comes under the planning. So how to achieve the target and objectives? What are the target of this year 2024? And what are the policies and who are the responsible persons, rules and responsibilities for that one. So it's all comes under the planning. Once we finish the planning, then we'll go with the implementation part, do. So as per the plan, we would go with the execution work. For example, supporting document. For example, we need resources like to maintain. We need a proper PPs. We need like a proper guide. We need like proper devices to thermal like monitoring devices like a executor plan. Everything that's come under the do. So once we have the resources, we go for the implementations. As per the plan, we do the implementations. Once we do the implementations, the result will come. For example, feedback. So as per the feedback, we'll measure the performance, whether we are going as per the plan or not. sometimes we may not able to go as per the plans. We may get like some black classes because of our unexpected incident. We are not able to achieve the target that we planned. That means, so we'll measure here. So by the measuring, we'll come to know there are some drawbacks in our systems. So we need to solve it as soon as possible. So after doing that, so we'll come to the conclusion that so XYZ things should be done for this action. And for that, again, we'll take some action means that's act, review and the continual improvement. And again, this cycle will continue. Once we implement that our control measures, again, we'll see with a plan. Again, we'll implement it. Again, we'll check it. Again, we'll review it. If their review part will done, again, after review, we'll take some action. Again, after that, again, we'll plan, and this cycle will continue. And this cycle is called the PDCA cycle. So normally all the management systems, for example, quality management system, environmental management system, and the environment like occupational health and safety management system, all follow these PDCA cycles. And we are following this one now also. For example, if you are even OSAD or the ADOS, so if you go with it, they follow the same system, plan, do, check, act system. So what are the benefit of following the management system? So if you follow the management system, so okay, better I'll show you some sample of management system. Okay, I'll show you some sample, just wait. Okay, ISO. इधर है ISO 14,001. Yes, so yeah. Here. Say, standards. We'll go with the 45,000, 45, 45, 55, 48,001. Okay. Can you able to see in the screen? There I just shared one standard.
Yes, we can see.
So this is the management system. If you can see here, occupational health and safety management system. So this is the guidelines that you give that. So how we can maintain the good health and safety standard in our organization. First thing is we learn how to control the things. Like first, you already know what are the hazards, how we control the hazards, and also to maintain that standards. So we follow one standard that's called ISO 45001. So this version is 2018. So this is the one I'm talking about. So in this standard, what you will get is you can see here for context of organization. Okay, it's clear. See here, context of organizations. Okay, Zoom user admin. So here they have to understand the need and expectation of worker. For example, if you are maintaining good environment like a health and safety system, you should understand the what are the expectation of your worker or any interested parties within the organizations. Once you get their expectation, what they need and what are their expectation related to the health and safety, so we'll come to know what are the things they need. This comes under the planning. Okay. So once we get the details, so we'll have a meeting and we'll make a plan that what are the things we need to be done for this year. And we set some policies. In our planning, we include all the worker, for example, consultation and the participation of worker. That means it's mentioned here, non-managerial worker means all the worker who are not responsible for making decisions. For example, laborers. So all like teachers. So the person, even cleaners, they are not responsible for the decision making. But also we need to include them uh, while making the planning. So as per the standard, they said like this. So this is one guidelines that you need to follow. And also the risks and access. What are the addresses? What are the risks and opportunity that you found in the organization related to the health and safety? That means what are the risks you have? For example, hazards, risks, other risks. What are the opportunities? And what are the legal requirement that you are facing? They will tell like this. So we need to identify that one. You need to identify the what are the risks and what are the opportunities, and you need to plan it. Planning action should address all these things: risk and opportunity, legal requirement, and your objective should be there, target for the year, and we'll go for the implementations. So here communications and the operations. Planning will go for the implementation. So these are the part of the PDCA cycle. I have a drawing here. Where is the drawing? Mhm. You can see here. Hello, everybody. Hello.
Yes, we're seeing it.
Yes,
Yes, we
yes, we
can
see
see.
it.
So
An
this is the
illustration.
you can see here what is relationship between the PDA cycle and the framework in these documents. So I told you we discussed about the PDCA cycle, right?
Yes.
If you follow this, you see this standard. Even they are saying same thing, PDCA: plan, do, check, and act. Again, this cycle will continue like it's a like cycle. So once we start planning, implement it. C means check. If once you check it, we'll act it. Once we act it, again we'll plan it, and this cycle will continue. So till the end. So this is one management system. So if you are like a responsible person, so you need to follow this one standards. It will give you the guidelines how to maintain the good standards of health and safety in the organization. So this is the one framework. So if you want to go more deeper, so this is the standards. So if I tell you also, you will not able to understand now. So this is one guidelines. There are so many things in this IOSH standards. Just for the knowledge, so normally all the standards follow this cycle. And in each cycles, so this is the one basic guidelines that you need to fulfill or you need to implement while maintaining the good management system in your organization. So if you want further knowledge, so you can go and search in Google ISO 40001. So you'll give idea what is it and how you will maintain the management system in the organization. So if I start telling you, so it will take too much time. So we'll not able to complete in time.
Understand also, comprehend all those things.
Okay. So these are some comply with the legal requirement. Actually, yes, I told you one. I forgot to tell you one more thing. ISOs actually it's not a legal requirement. So it's a market requirement. Normally, so if you go in other like any other thing, so normally the market. For example, if you go, if you are in like some industries, so if you want to buy or procure, if you want to like go as a contractor in other company, if you want to like for a procurement process, they will ask you the ISO certificates. You have ISO certificate. For example, if you have ISO certificate for quality, that's 9001. So if you yes means legally it's not related to any legal way. So it's only the market way. Normally one company will ask other company about the you have ISO certificate. Yes, and provide me. It's certified that the your company is having the good quality management system. So same like that. So if you are dealing with any quality like related to health and safety activities, they will ask you the ISO certificates related to the health and safety. That is ISO 45001 2018 that I just show you. That means if you have certificate means you are complying all the requirement of that standards, means you have a good health and safety system in the your organization. That it what it means. So now, and it's not a legal requirement. To fulfill the requirement, we need to go with the legal laws maintained by the local authorities in your area. That is ADOS that I show you in the before. That's a legal requirement. ISO is only the market requirement, but it will give the guidelines to maintain the good standards. That's it. Okay. So normally the ISO will not come in the legal requirement actually. So normally it will help you to drive, comply with the, it will help, ISO standard will help you comply with the legal requirement, but it's not a legal requirement. It only helps you to comply with the legal requirement, helps to drive the policies, improve the management system in your organizations, provide the competitive edge, and provide the synergy with the good business management. That's it. And there is one more example for to understand what is PDCA related to the soccer, football. For example, one football game, policy is the commitment from your team that to meet, for example, every coach has the one responsibilities, every player have some responsibilities. So if they are committed for something, means that's their policies. Next step employs the planning of the hazard risks, emergency, and the response. So this is all the rules and responsibilities. So that they are going to follow. For example, there are some rules in the football also. That's their planning and rules and regulations. They are not allowed to do beyond that. So now strategy, they will make the strategy, organize responsibility for making the capable of fulfilling them. So normally the planning will be there before going for football. The coach will give some instruction. They have some planning for half you will play, after half you will play. So that's their strategy. So like putting the peoples in the proper place. These all are the strategies. Now implementation is playing the games. Now they play the games. Once they play the games, somebody will score and somebody performance will be down. As per their performance, again they reevaluate the position of the employee, position of the players. So, for example, somebody is not getting at back at a defense line, then they will bring or they will substitute that person with a new person. Or if the somebody is not going good with the forward play, again they will substitute or they will just rearrange the position to increase the performance. So after evaluating the performance, they will take the action, that is acting. And again, they will plan it and they will again win or lose. So that's the only the PDE cycle, how it works. So they will review the performance and improve it in the future. So that's it for this module. How much system is there? No need of this one. So this is what we learn in this module. First thing is legal requirement. There are two type of legal requirement, criminal and the civil. Criminal, we go on a factual basis. So we have a evidence like company is not fulfilling requirement. Criminal go only with the companies or the top management or the owner of the companies. Like civil means go with the sentiment of the peoples, and it's not necessary to go with the factual always. So they may go with the probability and the sentiments. And also the how it law works, that's a guidelines. Guidelines are the SOPs that I show you on ADOS section. Actually, ISO is not a legal requirement. And also we learn about the how the management system works, like PDCA cycles with the example of footballs. So normally they have like PDCA cycles. In every standards, in ISO standards, it's very common that everybody follow the PDCA cycle. Even ISO 9000 follow the PDCA cycle. Even 14,000 follow the PDCA cycle. Again, 45,000 follow the PDCA cycle. So PDCA cycle means plan, do, check, and act. Planning will do the planning. C means checking, like checking, act. Plan will do the implement it. We'll check the performance, monitoring the performance. After as per the performance, we will again act, and again we'll follow the same process. Plan, do, check, and act. Plan, do, check, and act until we go with the proper result. That's like it's also called as the continual improvement cycle or the PDCA cycle. This is what we learn in this module. That's it for the module number 4. So you have any doubt on this one? So this one is related to the like games. So you understand this Foodle concept? Hello.
Yes.
Yes.
To play football, so first thing we'll do the planning, right? So everybody have the roles and responsibility. For example, even player have some responsibility. For in player also there are so many defense line. First is attack, they will do attacking only. There will be defense line. So there will be mid line. They will do both attacking also, defense also, and there will be one a keeper. So is keeping the post, like they are protecting the goal area. So and they just play like that. So now they maintain one strategy, that's planning. So they will go play it. Now, once the game start, that's the implementation. Once this game is started, now they will check the performance of the each and every player, each and every player. So who is doing better and who is not doing, who is performing worst. So again, they will evaluate it. And if they want, they will reposition the player or they will substitute the player with a new player. So have you seen if you seen the Kodal match also, they will do the same thing. They will keep substituting the player to maintain the good performance in the game. So that's like evaluating and acting. Again, they will plan it and this process will continue till we get the better result. That's a continual improvement. And all the ISO standard follow this PDCA cycle. And remember that ISO is not a legal requirement. It's only the market requirement. The legal requirement is uh, standard set by the local authorities, that is ADOS. So as for Abu Dhabi, ADOS is the legal requirement, ISO is the market requirement. So I think we have learned, I think you have heard about the ISO, right? Many places you have
I
heard.
have a question. What
Yes.
do you mean this IOSH marketing and IDOS is illegal? So IOSH will be the sentence you said now that IOSH and IDOS
ADOS,
the
we call it
legal
ADOS and the
marketing.
ISO. ISO means, okay, I just share the screen again. Where was the ADOS? So you can see here, this is ADOS, Abu Dhabi Occupational Safety and Health System Framework. This is management system. So this is Abu Dhabi management system. This is the law. This is the legal requirement that we need to follow. So if your company is like fall under the risk activities, medium risk, high risk, or low risk. So these are the things that we need to follow once we are selected as a high risk or medium risk entity from the ADOS. So this is the legal requirement. See, this is totally controlled by the government. But ISO, I just show you ISO where if you see the ISO here, see this one, this the PDCA cycle. See the PDCA, planning, implementing, checking, and acting. So it's come under the 4. See this is standard. This is international standard. So this is not a government requirement. This is the requirement from the market. Normally the market will ask to know whether you have a good management system on health and safety or not. If you are ISO certified for the 45001, means you have a good reputation or the good health and safety system in your organization. For that, they follow these guidelines. And every year they will have the audit as per the standards. So audit on a basis of what? On the basis of this one, context of organization, leadership and planning, support, They will check everything, resources, competence, what are the awareness, how you aware the people, how you are communicating with the people, how you are maintaining the documents, how you are eliminating the hazards or reducing the risks, how the management change are doing, how the procurement processes are doing, how you are prepared for the emergency. This is one management system. So they will check every year. If you are ISO certified, that means you should have all this requirement. And this is not a legal requirement because this one is not controlled by any government body. This is controlled by a international. They have like certain standards based on UK, and the headquarter of this ISO is on Geneva, Switzerland. So normally, so they will have maintain some standard, and if they want to make a changes in the standard, normally it's done from the Switzerland, Geneva. So that's why this does not falls under any government. That's why it's not a legal requirement. It's only the market requirement. Normally, the market will ask to know whether you are comply with the uh, uh, international standard or not. So if you have this certificate, means they will come to know you are certified with the international standards. That means your management system is good as per the ISO. So if you are certified with the 45001, so that's it. So clear na? Now there are two types of
Yes,
systems.
thank you.
So this one is only market requirement. This standard headquarters is in Geneva. So normally they will do some amendment if they want, and it doesn't come under any government body. So that's why it's not a legal requirement. So to determine the quality of the company, they normally have this certificate to tell other people that we have a best management system related to the ISOs, related to the I occupational health and safety. This is only certificates. They will have the certificate. That means they are good in management system. But the ADOS means it's a legal requirement. That means it's a mandatory to follow. If you don't have ISO standard, no issue. So no, but if you are already selected for the ADOS, but you are not complying with the requirement, means you will have a legal action on it. This is the legal requirement. Okay, that's it for this today module. So we learn like 4 module. Okay. Mhm. Okay. Okay. Now we are at the end. So we learn about the 4 module today. Introducing managing safely, assessing risks, controlling risks, understanding your responsibilities. And here we understand about the laws, standards, ISO standards, and the legal standards. ISO is, don't remember that ISO is never a legal. It's just a market requirement. If you have ISO, okay. If you don't have ISO, no issue. But if you are once you selected from IDOS or any legal requirement, that means it's a mandatory to follow. If you didn't follow, that means the legal action will be taken on you. So any questions till now? So because we are going to end now. So next week again we'll discuss with the four other modules, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Identifying hazards, investigation, how we do the investigation, and how we measure the performance, and how we protect the environment. That will be on the next topic. So till now, any issues, any misunderstanding, any issues? Anybody? Anybody have any doubts?
Oh,
How are you, engineer? Engineer, you can again in the first the courses because no, I'm not sure the first.
So you missed the class. So can you tell me your name? Who is that?
Ahmed Isan.
ABCD, right? Your name is ABCD. That's why I told you to change the name.
Again, just the first in the part one. Mod 1.
لأن هو عنده تقريبا
So you want
خبرة.
a review, right? Like a small brief class again. So we did attend the class. One is like ABCD. So what's your, please change your name. Actually, I'm not able to read your name. It's ABCD. So what's your name, sir? ABCD. Hello.
What? What?
ده مين؟
So your name is, I can see ABCD in the display. So I don't know your actual name.
This
طيب أنا
the
هقول
name in the other, but name I'm engineer. I'm Ahmed Isam.
Mohammed Isam.
Ahmed.
Okay. Ahmed. So this is your first class related to health and safety.
What?
Is this your first class related to health and safety?
The model one, I am not show this introduction, managing safety. Cell
So you have
function.
idea about health and
Help.
safety? That's my question. So anybody want revisions? Because some of them I think missed the class. Only Ahmed you need, right?
Hello.
Yes, we need
He
revision.
already asking to repeat your to repeat for model number one.
So only model number one.
Yes.
Okay. So okay, let's do that one. So this one, right? Module number introduction of managing safety. So it's only the introduction actually. So how we need to maintain the good management system in the organization or in your workplaces. So here we discuss about the something like, so I'll just go with a brief one. Not I'll not for example. So there is main three concept in the health and safety. So that's moral, legal, and the financial. So you can see this one: moral, legals, and the financial. So if you go with the one moral ones, so ambulance, something happen in the company. So for example, it is related to the employee willingness and their confidence. So for example, if there is some like too much accident in your area, that means your employee will not feel safe to work there. Again, their confidence will go down. That means their moral will go down. And they are not able, they will not feel secure for the job and they will not feel secure for their families. So this the once there is accident in your workplaces, it will impact the morale of all the employees working on that area. That's moral. And something like legal. So once there is some activities like some accident happen, then you need to face the legal actions because there will be some investigations. There will be like some authorities will be there to do the like investigation. If they found that you have a responsible person, that you need to face the legal action. That means you may have the penalties or you may need to shut down your business. So these are the legal action that you will take. You will get and also the reputations. So normally, once you have the bad image related to the health and safety, that means that they will come and highlight the what are the and they will tell that this company is having not good rating of health and safety. That means it will impact your market. So that means this company is not having good reputation. Means obviously your product, everything will be like a will not be in demand. That means you may lose on a competition or in the market. So this another things. And last thing is like a financial one. So for example, financial means so you may have a penalty. So that's one financial. You may get like a You need to be like a take a responsibility of the employee who got injured. So there again, there is like one more like financial loss and your reputation because of reputations, your market will get down. So that's also the financial loss. So these are the three main things that we focus on the main, basically on health and safety, managing safely. So moral, legal, and the financial. This is the main thing. That is the main thing in this model number one. So again, we go with the responsibilities. Normally, we now manager are the responsible and the accountable for the anything that happened in your organizations. For example, related to the health and safety. For example, you are safety officer means you are responsible for the health and safety related issue. So if something happened, this means you are accountable for that actions. So you need to give like proper verification, the clarification to the authorities if there is any investigations because you are the accountable person for that. Okay, and there are some quizzes here in module number one. So for example, I told them to find some answers. For example, it's just a general quiz. So how many peoples are killed at work each year? It's a like general questions. So we need to this. So normally 220 is based on the UK. So normally this IOSH is related to the UK. So they have like a data from the UK. So I gave told all the peoples to find out the data for the UAE. So if you Google it, you will get the data for the year 2023. So how many people get killed in the work for the year 2023? The same thing, how many workers are seriously injured at the work each year? So the number is like little bit like 10, 30,000. So now it's based on the UK again. And how many days are lost each year due to the work injury or the ill health? So now we'll calculate this per minute per hour, 24 hour means 1 day. So total 6. So these are the general quiz. And another one more, how many people leave the work versus each year never return to the work due to the harm suffered at work? So it's a like quiz. How many means? So we need to find it out based on the EAE. So it's a homework. So how many managers and the director are convened each year? So they will face the legal actions. So normally they are saying the 10. So if you go with the UAE means it may be little bit higher. Percentage of preventing the good. So the what percentage of workplace incident is preventable by the good management system? It's obviously 90 plus. And the manager are responsible for the day-to-day management of the health and safety risks. And manager are accountable for each and actions and may be required to explain them to others. Because if something accident happened, means manager are the are the person who can like need to give the explanation to the authorities how it happened. Can the good health and safety management can effective health and safety management save your money? The answer is yes. Legally, how much must the employer be insured for? So again, it's depend upon the policies. Like normally, it will be like 1 to 5 millions. So it depend upon the company size again. So if the worker is injured and cannot work, will the insurance cover all the financial losses? So no. So because it depend upon the again insurance policies. Somebody having the good insurance, somebody having the basic insurance. So it's depend upon the insurance policy they are having. So these all are the general. Only the quiz are there in uh, module one. So and the advantage of maintaining good health and safety. It will enhance your reputations, increase your profits, reduce the wastage, and the reduce the insurance premiums also. So these are the some advantages of maintaining good health and safety, and also the maintaining healthy and the happy workplaces. So that's it. So we have like some basic introduction only in module one. So we understand about the what is why we need to like management manage to why we need like good environment, working environment related to health and safety, and what are the responsibility of the management system. And also we have some quiz. So that's it in the module one. So it's not that much just a brief explanation or the brief knowledge about why we need a management safety. So on other section, we go a little bit deeper. The first thing is normal. Mr. Ahmed, is it okay now? So it's only the basics. So first thing is only the introduction. Hello. 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 Station. Okay, just be in line. I'll just discuss with the team about your module. So you'll get ID and password. I'll just discuss first and I'll come to you. Just 2 minutes. Hello again. So I just discussed with the team. So by Monday, so you'll get one link as well as the ID and password related to this course. So you will have all the study materials that we discussed today, and also the like some practice assessment, and also you'll have some templates that you will use to do your exam, like risk assessment. So that means you need to do like 4 risk assessment that's related to your working activities. So somebody is working on the construction means related to the construction hazards. So if somebody is working in the school means hazard related to the school's area. Okay, so you'll get the ID and password on Monday because today is like a weekend day, something like that. So there people are not working today here. So by Monday you will get the ID and password. Okay.
Excuse me, do you have a hazard schedule for everything might happen?
Come again, I'm not getting you.
Do you have the hazard schedule that
Yeah.
everything, yeah.
Yes, yeah, Monday you will get the ID. One link will be there, and you will get the ID and password. If you go and go inside with the ID and password, you will have all these study materials because we only discuss only 4 module in this class. Again, in next week we will have a 4 module remaining is there. So we'll discuss about that 4 module again in next class. So we are only half. We are only cover 50%. We are still half to go.
Okay, thank you.
So by Monday, you will get the ID and password. So we can access all the like study materials, what we discussed today. Everything will be there only. You just need to log in there. Okay.
How the exam process?
So I saw, okay, you are in the beginning, right? I saw you one assessment, risk assessment. You remember or not? So I gave one template. I saw you in the one template. I share one picture of share.
Oh, that one is for the exam.
Yes.
Same. Okay.
Okay. There you need to fill like 4 hazards.
Yeah, I got it.
And okay, and a control measures, may please try to mention 2 or 3 because one will be not enough. It should be
Okay.
good.
Okay.
So
Thank
at
you.
the end of the class, we'll discuss how to do that one. So by Monday, you will get the module. On module, you try to access that one. So we'll get all the details, whatever we discuss here. So you'll have all the PPTs and you will have all the things that we discussed. Till now we cover only module 4. 1 to 4 is complete. Now we still have 5 to 8. So we'll cover that on. Yes, yes, anybody? Somebody saying. Okay. So now, any doubt till now? You have any inquiries or anything? Because we'll resume our class again on Saturday. Hello.
Nothing more. Thank you so much.
Okay.
No, I'm good. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, we'll see you on next weekend again.
Next, inshallah.
Okay, to cover our remaining topic.
Inshallah.
Thank you.
Bye and thank you.
Okay, thank you. Have a good day. Bye. Everybody can leave now.
Okay.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
This last model.
How to close there?
So
Yes.
any doubts still now, Mr. Thank you some.
Kabiru and Hamid.
Yes, yes, yes. Any doubt from your side?
No.
So everything is clear, right?
Yes.
So again, we'll discuss half things on next classes. So we only cover 50%. 50%
Yeah.
still there. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Bye. See you.
Bye.
Okay. Bye, everybody. Have a good day.